that's when you go for the BMI.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here it is, Onic. One more game to secure match, or the match entirely, and actually become first seed of the group.
That's right, it'll make it all the more interesting when OP does eventually meet the local champions in Burn X Flash. Looking at the start here, very similar to game one. It's a duo in mid, both junglers starting up purple, and then a man-to-man defense in their side lanes. Interestingly enough, you hear the crowd.
This is beautiful.
It really is. It really is. It's great to hear that the crowd are both excited for OP as well as Onic.
Boots. Got a few stacks.
He's not gonna die here, right? Okay, he's totally fine. Okay, so early rotations again. We are not seeing the early rotations, especially from the roamers, or even the super boost of sacrificing a little bit of EXP just to make sure that your jungler hits level 4 a lot earlier than your opponent.
Something to note: instead of the Purify, basically he's rocking the Sprint. A little bit of a throwback. It's been a few months since Sprint got nerfed itself. It's not as strong as it used to be when he got reworked, but
Okay, a dive attempt right now. Best player one, doing some damage, but Boots now gonna be able to dish out some damage. Sans rotates down below. First blood is picked up, but the jungler will fall. And Reshi, he fell to the turret. The turret took him down, yeah?
very expensive, 2 for 1.
Interesting. Best player had his ult the entire time there. I thought for sure he was gonna 100 to 0 somebody.
He didn't get the stacks.
He needed the stacks. He had plenty of gray health, to be fair. He was put down to pretty low, but he wanted to make sure that that kill goes over to the right people. Oh wait, hold on, Shark.
Oh man, there's another pick off right now with the endless charge as well. Kyrie's taken low, but he's still gonna be able to escape for a bit until the Emperor's Wrath comes down. Keyboy needs to be very careful now. Jumping in with a vengeance, locking Hoon down, just one more hit with a vengeance again. Keyboy, does he do it? No way, Keyboy. One more hit, and he buys enough time. He baits Hoon over for Sans to pick up a kill, and it ends up being, I think, worth it for OP.
No, it was a mid for a roamer.
It was a mid for a roamer, to be fair, and worst off yet, Hoon was just looking to try and get the level 4 as soon as possible, and unfortunately, Sans was the one doing his job. So it's a little interesting to see how this dynamic is working, but notice that we see the macro movements across the map, right? Shark is going to start this off first, take his time with it, and then allow the rest of the... Oh, Ureshi.
Final slash. That's the end of shards.
Kill?
Oh, down. What? Shark even gets a little bit of that damage, and this is what we mentioned with the Uranus pick as well. That burst they needed, and with a Purify or a Sprint, you can't really escape from it.
Yeah, no, the consecration at this level of the game, level 4, it's very slow. Now look at the aggression from Onic, cordoning away the rest of OP. Clear turtle take for Onic, slowly building up the lead, 500, 600 in about 3 minutes. Something to talk about here is the fact that we haven't really seen much action from the gold lane. But wait, Shark's fine.
He's all right. He's all right. But yeah, speaking of the gold lane, right? Again, this is a reverse matchup. Previously, it was going to be CW on Cloud versus on the Cloud versus Basic on the Beatrix. And I would say that Basic was actually doing a pretty good job in the lane. Now, this is a bit of a switcheroo here. CW now maintaining this lane very, very well. It's going to be a relatively difficult matchup until we get a little bit of that support, and that's when we see the rest of Outplay making their way up to this top side.
It's about a minute and a half until we get this second turtle, and we've yet to see a big ticket bite down. We haven't really seen Bloody Hunt doing much. And so far, we have to acknowledge the unparalleled genius. Kyrie has achieved 14 legendaries, 1 maniac, and 7 triple kills, and of course, 10 first bloods in MPL IDS 11 alone. That's some numbers right there.
Well, you know, season 10, he took home 3 trophies as well. So, you know, if you want to keep on stacking.
His first season.
His first season ever. So in the second season, the team just really clopped around him. And you can see even here, the mechanical prowess from Keyboy just showing up, able to just sidestep easily Shark's Iron Hook. And they're controlling this side of the map so easily. They're controlling the neutral objective and even giving an invade threat super early on.
Yeah, they're just making sure that OP doesn't get to beeline it for their game plan as soon as possible, right? It's about efficiency, and if Onic can slow it down, then this is going to be a slow burner, a slow bleed until we see the item power spikes come on through. Amon, for an example, already with the Genius one is looking very, very nice, and the coverage of the different types of damage that we mentioned before, magic and as well as the attack and the physical damage, is looking really, really good. So people like Ureshi, he's going to need both the Dominance Ice as well as an Athena Shield just to sustain.
And that's going to overload the economy of Outplay. Not to mention he's rocking the penetration boots. This Amon hurts, whether he finds best player, Shark, or even Ureshi, specifically Ureshi, who again has to start building what? An Athena shield plus a Radiant armor in the late game. It's so hard to be outplayed right now.
Oh no, Bloody Hunt is ready, Basic. He's still holding on to that Battle Mirror image. Gonna be gunned down right now as the flicker comes through. It's still gonna be 1-for-1. Gold lane for Gold lane. Sans trying to escape right now. Who needs damage? Best player won! They just won the retreat battle, but he gets taken out of the board as well. It's a 2-for-2, but it was a shutdown.
Ooh, how worth it was it? Marksman for marksman, jungler for mid laner.
But here's what's unfortunate. They put the money on Shark. They gave the roamer the kills. He got 2K there.
So technically, in terms of gold efficiency, Onic is going to come up on top ever so slightly. But at the end of the day, the itemization is going to be super interesting here, right? Oh, this isn't going to kill, right?
Whoa.
Yep, not going to kill, but 1.8K is a lot of damage. And I think at a certain point, you have to start considering whether Radiant Armor is probably the better way to go about it, just to kind of cover the situations, plus maybe even a Twilight Armor.
All right, silver lining though, given the double kill that Shark got, he already built himself a good chunk of defensive items, magically speaking, as well as best player. So they're gonna try to stop this invasion. It's gonna get better for them. It's gonna get better. The map coverage, I'd say, much better.
I think as of right now, in the state of this game, right, Onic are going to be leaning on the two linchpins, Sans as well as Kyrie. Eventually, the rest of them are going to come back up into this game with their physical damage, but let's see how this fight actually breaks out.
All right, Keyboard's still holding on to that final slash, probably waiting for a few more members to be visible on the map. But both of the teams, they disengage. They know that there's nothing worth fighting for here in the mid lane, and they just transition over to that bottom lane. Basic is really rotated a bit earlier so that he can get better farm, better space to farm, but now you can already see the response. CW took the turret up top and is rotated also down below.
Yep, it's too hot up there. Not a good space, not a good place for basically missing that hook by an agent. There's a bite down!
Quicker Bloody Hunt. Kyrie's locked down right now, and the damage comes through again. Keyboy with the final slash, a bit too late to save his jungler. And now with this, they should be able to threaten this turtle or this turret take, and it should just go down for free.
That's a shutdown kill as well. Kyrie was sitting at 3-1 there.
3-1,
so
yes.
that stops the streak and gives a good amount of gold over to OP. Given what? 300 gold now. This is the first time in this series that OP are calling the shots.
Yes, and that's great because this was an amazing call coming in from Outplay, right? They sent their 3 members downside because in the previous game, we saw this happen again on that second turtle. The fact that Onic was looking to try and punish Basic.
Nice try, Grand Theft Turtle there, but Keyboy didn't have the right amount of damage. Again, this is a roamer Arlot, but look at this. Purple. Oh, best player! Nope, Sans got it. Close call. Attempted though.
Still not on Kyrie though, so I think it's still a win for Outplay. They are
Displaced
hitting
it.
Kyrie. Yeah, displaced it, and Best Player 1 has a level lead now on Kyrie. Onic, they've lost their gold lead completely in the early game, and this is where Outplay can literally use the mid-game power spike, which you just mentioned. They utilize it instantly. Keyboy gets picked off, and Outplay are on the board.
Yep, Shark is really feeling himself now. He's getting a bit of momentum for his team. His Bloody Hunts have really turned this around for them, and the lead is slowly starting to add up. Like, look at your Ureshi. He's already finished his first item. He's almost about to complete it. At least should be completing his second item, and I think he should generally be okay for the rest of the game. But I can't say the same for the rest of the team of Onic. How far are they going to hold back? Because if we're talking about scaling, right, it's only going to be CW and as well as Sans who's going to be the majority damage dealer. Boots, we haven't really seen him get into the fights like game number 1, and I think they're trying to set up for that situation all over again for this first coming Lord.
And OP somehow may have gotten used to it. After game 1 and maybe a majority of game 2, they understand when and where Boots comes in with the Black Dragon form.
Yep.
So they understand that now, specifically Basic and Hoon. Looking at the items here, it's Best Player 1 versus the 1. Very low. That's a fight. Oh! Close call, close call. Loving the Radiant Armor.
Radiant Armor saves his life there, but he's a little low. He may need to recall here, or at least find something to spell vamp off of, while the rest of the team is going to pull on backwards. Onic losing 3 of their ults compared to 1 from Ureshi. So at the end of the day, OP will have first control over this Lord Pit.
Very, very solid. Also, Basic just getting a tier 2 turret down below, using the chaos that Best Player was able to kind of force out from Onic, and now they are in complete control.
That's right.
First Lord spawning, 2,000 gold lead.
Peter has been doing work. The half of the map, lower half of the map, all belongs to OP. A majority of them to the name of Basically.
Yeah, look at this. They're doing it again. Onic, they're trying to make this. They're trying to make the same play like they did before. And the fact that they revealed themselves on the top side, it means that OP is going to just hard rush this Lord. And now we see Onic. They're starting to scramble down, hoping to find an opportunity.
Oh, the outplay blitz. They're gonna get it. Clean.
They're giving it over.
There's not much Onic could do there, right? I mean, they are 2,000 gold behind, and with this mid-game power spike, they need to really understand that if they lose out a team fight, on top of that lose out the Lord, it's going to be too much for them to handle. So they choose to try to go for a trade, but even that doesn't work. They don't get anything off of that top lane push.
I just love the coverage coming in from both Ureshi and as well as Shark. They realize, hey, it's weird to see Kairi on the top side of that. I know they can't do anything, but what about the rest of our jungle? So they start moving towards that top side, making sure they take safe paths, and they start checking rushes one by one, hoping that maybe they start spotting out the members of Onic.
This Lord here marching down through bottom lane. Outplay taking it slow, letting the waves crash on through organically. Can I just say I missed this type of play? I missed this Uranus, where it's just a walk-in ward, and it basically baits out ults.
I have a very different opinion about that. It's just so annoying. It's so effectively good at what it does that it pisses me off. But the rest of the team, as of right now, this is the very first Lord, so we're not expecting too much of a gold swing at the end of the day, but it should be able to secure OP at least a 4 to 5k gold lead.
It's all blue. The map is all blue, almost 4k ahead. OP are knocking down on Onyx doors.
Only the base turret now left for Onic. Really in a bad spot right now, and honestly, what do they need to do to come back? Because this composition really relies on some map control to get some good picks in. And with this amount of map control on the hands of Outplay, they can utilize their own pick-off composition, with Shark on this Franco continuously just threatening any and all Onic members.
All right, let's look at the real-time victory rate here. 64%. Looks like there's quite a bit of a swing in this game, and now Ureshi's going to get attacked.
Hello. There you go. One pick over. Where's Onic, but look at Shark. Oh, the flicker as well. For the airstrike comes down. Kairi already isolated for the team, but Boots jumps in with the Black Dragon form now onto Hoon. He has the Petrify, but he will not use it in the back line. Basic is able to use the Blazing Duet to isolate Boots all the way. The other members are zoned out. That's the Iron Hook connecting. That's the Bloody Hunt as well. But a final splash from Keyboy connects on the 3. Keyboy jumping in front. Best player 1. Using the praises wrap, but CW dodges away from it with the flicker. And Onic are turning the tides once again, equalizing the goal.
They overloaded Ureshi's ult, and I think, despite the respectable arsenal that this Uranus is rocking, not against 4, not like that!
Look at the damage though, man. CW gets taken down to a quarter of his HP just with one feathered airstrike. Kairi clearing out, taking away the orange buff, threatening Basic as well.
Interesting. This is, I mean, it's an interesting set of things that happened. Technically, getting that mid-tier 1 turret wasn't especially necessary, but Onic wanted to force some momentum on their side to equalize that gold to hopefully catch up to the next item power spike. Keyboy sacrificing his flicker and final slash just to cancel it out to make sure that no trades will fall into the favor of OP in these next coming minutes. However, that is a big resource already gone, and the Lord, an enhanced Lord, by the way, is spawning.
Yeah, this Lord is closer to 50-50 now. Dare I say maybe even favoring Onic, given just what happened. They rocked Outplay, who was in the driver's seat. And now check this out. Bush control. Sans does have the Bloody Hunt. I wonder. Even best player has to be careful now. Despite having awesome items, him and Ureshi, they have to be careful. They can't just keep continuing doing the wonton face checking that they were in the past 5 minutes.
4 more seconds until we see Shark get his flicker, and that's what OP is waiting for. They know for a fact that they can win these fights. They just need to find the right targets and let Shark do the work.
Another blitz.
Keyboy has a position, conceal already. Kairi getting the conceal as well. OP are on the Lord, they have it down, but now the Black Dragon form comes down from Boots, trying to open up the map for the team. Maybe even initiate right now as best player 1 is able to taunt them up. Boots! The Venture Fire on the back line. Who's going to be targeted down with the Furious Dive connecting as well? That's a passive, rolling down. That's going to be Basic in the back line, doing so much. Best player 1 wins the retry battle. CW doing some damage back again on the Shark right now. It's a double kill for CW. It's a triple kill for CW.
Messy trade, 4 for 2. OP walks away with a big one, but Onic took bodies.
Keyboy, he played that perfectly. He absolutely baited like a champion. He's walking in, he's hoping to cancel the feathered airstrike, calls attention to himself, and the next thing you know, Boots cancels out an off-tempo play for him, jumps in with the Furious Dive to get the Petrify to cancel out Hoon straight away. Let's look at it one more time because it was so good. Once that feather airstrike is gone, CW can now participate in this fight. Basic tries his best to take him on the 1v1, but Sam's instantly on him, decides to take the bloody hunt instead of anything else.
Well, you're talking about the setup, and I'm looking at the payoff, that Boots, Petrify, all-in combo, taking down Hoon as he was flying away. But again, I think that Instant Reaper was also just importantly for best player, who in the mayhem of all of that, still took away the Luminous Lord.
Wow, man, you gotta give props to best player. I was really surprised. He was 1 HP, the Endless Shards was on him as well. The fact that he just went through all that chaos and still won a Red Tree battle against Kyrie, hey, this is his debut on the international stage. He's doing pretty good.
Yep, he's got a good pair of pants there. Could build up to something else. Maybe some way, somehow, once these Lord dances get more intense, sells the Molten Essence, gets himself an immortality.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be a very good option here. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, we are starting to move into the later stages. This is where we're expecting Outplay to start getting very, very strong, basically, and as well as Hoon having enough firepower inside of them. I don't see the Holy Glaive just yet. The Divine Glaive just yet, but it's going to be completed in a little bit, right? No objectives to fight across the map in 70 seconds to get to that point. More than enough time.
I foresee Hoon thinking twice. Should I get Immortality first or DG? Either will actually propel them towards a winning position.
It would. It would.
Oh, Shark.
Oh, best player.
Good instincts, man. Good read on the map. Almost finding Keyboy.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at the bush control that Onic is holding on to. Again, this is the first time we've actually seen Onic open on the map. This is the first time we've seen them actually rotating and looking for plays, especially after that last win they had in the top lane.
It's really interesting to see. From game number 1, we're seeing that Kyrie's jumping in, trying to bait out, and as well as buy time for the rest. And now it's the opposite, right? We are looking for Kyrie, again, still trying to bait out, but he's not a Lancelot, so he can't just use iframes to get out of it. So he has a lot less of a window to work with, but Boots and as well as Keyboy are constantly watching him to save his butt when the time is right.
It's a finer line.
Yes, it's to save his butt.
Boots. It's a finer line that Kyrie's walking this time around. So it's a quick shift in play style. Magic Sentry set up, concealed play by Onic.
Let's see what they do with this concealed play. Oh, Hoon. Good read on that. Just pops in the wings by wings, gets out safely. Outplay still have a pretty good position to contest for this Lord right now, and the gold lead doesn't really mean much at this moment. 1.6k onto the hands of Onic right there. Winter Truncheon, beautiful item for Hoon, already completed. Now the dive won't be that much of a threat towards Hoon, and he can actually just pop in the Feather Airstrike a bit better. Skill hit rate though, 4 of 33 so far.
There you go. All right. It's much lower than the Tyrant's Revenge earlier. That was a very high hit rate.
Well, let's not forget the fact that Shark has been using these iron hooks to clear out these bushes, so it might not necessarily be one of those stats that you can completely trust, but when it matters the most, let's see if he's going to make that difference.
Koresh is very far off. Onic means business. They're all here.
Okay, Keyboy opening up the map. Final splash onto Hoon. He's trying to bait out that Winter's Truncheon ASAP right now, but best player won. Best player is still going at it. He wants to go. He wants to commit onto it right now. Boots is going to be able to jump in with Black Dragon form. Best player won. Leave for the opening. 50-50. Nope. It's the stun. Beautiful stun from Keyboy. Gets Kyrie the free retribution. And oh, Shark! Finds the hook, but he's canceled away by the final splash. Now it's a fight for the airstrike to the back. Basic as well. With the blazing duet onto Keyboy and Boots melting him down. It's Outplay who's going to be able to dish out so much damage in the back as well. Basic. Kyrie going to fall, but he buys just some items here in time. Hoon in the back. Just dishing so much damage, spacing properly. It's a 2 for 2. Onic won out on the Lord though, so Outplay, they need to back away and they need to respect this Lord.
I mean, we say respect this Lord. Ureshi is going to immediately start proxying. That is a fat wave on that top side. Keyboy, I don't think he should be able to. Wait.
Hoon!
1v1 for the airstrike.
He's got it.
Oh,
got the stun.
Winter Truncheon, can he do it? Oh, Keyboy's just playing with it, dodging away from the skill shot. That's one more, and Hoon has won the 1v1, but Onic, they've cracked the base open. CW's on the base. This could be it. #1 in the group for Onic.
What a play!